transformer consists of primary and secondary windings placed on a magnetic core. The magnetic core is a stack of thin silicon steel lamination CRGO steel. The lamination reduces eddy current loss and silicon steel reduces hysteresis loss. There are two types of transformer. One is core type and another is shell type. In core type transformer, the windings surround a considerable part of the steel core. The core consists of two vertical legs and the horizontal portion called yokes. For reduction of the leakage flux, half of each winding is placed on each leg of the core. The low voltage winding is placed usually adjacent to the steel core and the high voltage is placed outside in order to minimize the amount of insulation required. Now in shell type transformer, the steel core surrounds a major part of the winding and the low voltage and the high voltage winding are wound over the center limb. The shell type transformer requires more conductor material as compared to the core type transformer. Now the topic is no load pressure diagram. When the primary of a transformer is connected to the source of AC supply and the secondary is open, the transformer is said to be at no load. So you can write we know that the phi equal to phi max sine omega t and E1 equal to minus N1 d phi by dt. So put this value N1 d by dt phi max sine omega t minus N1 omega phi max cos omega t. Now you can write the phi max minus and cos omega t. So we can write the sine omega t minus pi by 2. This is equation 1. So this is equation 2. Similarly, induced EMF E2 equal to N2 omega phi max sine omega t minus pi by 2. This is equation 3. If we consider the transformer to be ideal, that means there are no voltage drop in the winding. So we can write E1 and E2 are in phase opposition to V1. So V1 equal to minus E1, that is minus N1 omega phi max sine omega t minus pi by 2. This is a phasor diagram under no load condition. Now come to this equation. Comparing equation 1, 2, 3, 4, we can say that the induced EMF in primary and secondary winding E1 and E2 lag behind the main flux phi by pi by 2. So this EMF E1 and E2 are in phase with each other. Voltage to the primary winding is in phase opposition to the induced EMF in the primary winding. So you can write V1 equal to minus E1 and the secondary voltage V2 equal to E2 as there is no voltage drop in the secondary. So come to this phasor diagram. V2 equal to E2 and V1 equal to minus E1. And E1 and E2 are in phase with each other. Now the no load current or exciting current I0 lags behind the applied voltage by an angle phi 0. It has two components. One is Im and another is Iw. The magnetizing component Im is in phase with the main flux phi. Phi is the reference phasor, whereas the other component Iw is in phase with the applied voltage. This current is required to meet the hysteresis and eddy current loss occurring in the core. No load pressure diagram. Transformer on load. An equivalent diagram of actual transformer, and next is equivalent circuit of a transformer. When the transformer is loaded, load current I2 flows in the secondary winding. Secondary ampere turns say I2 into set up flux phi2 in the core, which oppose the flux phi set up by the no load current. As a result, the flux linking with the primary is reduced. The difference between the V1 and E1 resulting in additional current, say I1 dash in the primary. So this additional ampere turns I1 dash N1 will produce flux phi1 in the opposite direction of phi2. Magnetic equilibrium will be achieved when phi1 equal to phi2. So when a transformer is loaded, the additional primary ampere turns is equal in opposite to the secondary ampere turns, but in opposite in direction. This is a phasor diagram of an actual transformer. Phi is the reference phasor. Now come to this figure. I0 has a two component IW and IM. I0 has a two component IM and IW. Now I1 has a two component I0 and I1 dash. I1 has a two component I1 dash and I0. Come to this figure. We can write the KVL equation for the primary and the secondary side of the transformer. So V1 equal to I1 R1 plus J I1 X1 minus E1, and E2 equal to I2 R2 plus J I2 X2 plus V2. So we can write V1 equal to I1 R1 plus J I1 X1 minus E1, and E2 equal to I2 R2 plus J I2 X2 plus V2. So come to this phasor diagram. From the equation, V1 equal to I1 R1 plus J I1 X1 plus V1 dash or minus E1, and E2 is equal to I2 R2 plus J I2 X2 plus V2. Now come to this figure. I1 dash is equal to I2 but opposite in direction. This is the direction of I1 dash and this is the direction of I2. Transformer on load. Equivalent circuit of a transformer. The primary current I1 is composed of two currents, I1 dash and I0. Also, the current I0 consists of two components, IM and IW. Therefore, the current I0 can be considered to be split into two parallel branches. The current IW accounts for the core loss and hence is shown to flow through a resistance R0. And the current IM represents the magnetizing current and shown to flow through a pure reactance X0. This branch consisting of the parallel R0 and X0 is called the magnetizing branch of the transformer. Now using the impedance transformation, we can draw the simplified equivalent circuit of a transformer as referred to the primary or to the secondary side. Therefore, to simplify the equivalent circuit, we can transfer the resistance R2 and X2 to the primary side by simply multiplying each of them by K square. That means N1 by N2 whole square. So the total resistance and reactance in the primary side is equal to, say, R01 equal to R1 plus K square R2, means R1 plus R2 dash, and X01 equal to X1 plus K square X2, X1 plus X2 dash. Now from the impedance transformation ratio, we can write V1 V2 equal to K or V1 equal to KV2. So V2 dash is equal to KV2. And also I1 by I2 equal to 1 by K, or I1 equal to I2 by K, or I1 dash equal to I2 by K. That is I1 dash equal to I2 by K. Now we can write I1 equal to I0 plus I1 dash from this figure. Now come to this figure. This is the approximate equivalent circuit of a transformer referred to primary side. Since in a transformer the magnitude of I0 is very low, so we can neglect the magnetizing branch for simplicity. This is the equivalent circuit as referred to secondary side. Equivalent resistance and reactance as referred to secondary side will be RO2 is equal to R2 plus R1 dash and XO2 equal to X2 plus X1 dash. So from the impedance transformation we can write R2 plus 1 by K square R1 X2 plus 1 by K square X1. Now from the impedance transformation we can also write V1 by V2 equal to K or V2 equal to V1 by K. So V2 is equal to V1 dash, so we can write this is equal to V1 by K. And from the impedance transformation we can also write the I1 by I2 equal to 1 by K or I2 equal to K I1. So I2 equal to I1 dash is equal to K I1. Similarly, for I0 dash equal to K I0 and R0 dash is equal to 1 by K square R0 and X0 dash is equal to 1 by K square X0. Since in a transformer the magnitude of I0 is very low, we can neglect the magnetizing branch for simplicity. Equivalent circuit of a transformer. Equivalent circuit of a transformer referred to secondary side. Of a transformer is defined as the E2 minus V2 by E2, where E2 equal to secondary no load voltage and V2 equal to terminal voltage as secondary. Now come to this figure, the approximate equivalent circuit of a transformer referred to as secondary. From this figure we can write E2 equal to V2 plus I2 RO2 plus I2 XO2. Now come to the phasor diagram of a transformer on lagging load referred to as secondary side. In this figure, E2 equal to V2 plus I2 RO2 plus J I2 XO2. From this phasor diagram, we can write E2 square equal to OC square plus CD square. OC square plus CD square is equal to E2 square. So OC is equal to OA plus AB plus BC. OA plus AB plus BC whole square plus CD square. Now you can write OA equal to V2 plus AB equal to I2 R2 cos theta 2. RO2 cos theta 2 plus BC equal to, you can write I2 XO2 sin theta 2 plus CD is equal to I2 XO2 cos theta 2 minus CD is equal to I2 XO2 cos theta 2 minus I2 RO2 sin theta 2 whole square. As I2 is a secondary current lagging V2 by angle theta 2, and as I2 XO2 cos theta 2 minus I2 RO2 sin theta 2 is very small, so we can neglect this term. So we can write E2 near equal to V2 plus I2 RO2 cos theta 2 plus I2 XO2 sin theta 2. So E2 minus V2 is equal to I2 RO2 cos theta 2 plus sin theta 2. So percentage voltage regulation is equal to, you can write V2 minus E2 minus V2 by E2 into 100. So you can write I2 RO2 cos theta 2 by E2 plus I2 XO2 sin theta 2 by E2 into 100%. Transformer efficiency. Transformer efficiency is defined as the ratio of useful power output to the input power. So you can write transformer efficiency is equal to output by input is equal to output by output plus losses. Output plus iron loss plus copper loss. Now power output is equal to V2 I2 cos phi 2 from the secondary side of the transformer, and iron loss Pi is equal to hysteresis loss plus eddy current loss. Now copper loss is equal to I1 square R1 plus IR2 square R2. From impedance transformation we can write I1 square R01 is equal to or I2 square R02. So you can write efficiency equal to V2 I2 cos phi 2 divided by V2 I2 cos theta 2 plus I2 square RO2 plus Pi. Now what is the condition for maximum efficiency? Condition for maximum efficiency. Dividing both sides of equation 1 by I2 we get V2 cos theta 2 V2 cos theta 2 plus I2 RO2 plus Pi by I2. Now the transformer being operating constant terminal voltage and the constant power factor. We know the value of I2 at which the efficiency is maximum when the I2 RO2 plus Pi by I2 is a minimum value. So we can write d by di2 I2 RO2 plus Pi I2 equal to 0 or RO2 minus Pi by I2 square is equal to 0 or I2 square RO2 equal to Pi. This is the condition for the maximum efficiency when the iron loss equal to copper loss. Regulation of a transformer. Transformer efficiency. Next, condition for maximum efficiency. Let us take one example. The EMF per turn for a single phase 440 by 220 volt 50 Hz transformer is approximately 15 volt. Find number 1 the number of primary and secondary turns, and number 2 the net cross-sectional area of the core for a maximum flux density of 1 Weber per meter square. So we can write E1 equal to 440 volt, E2 equal to 220 volt, F equal to 50 Hz. We know that the E1 by N1 equal to E2 by N2 is equal to the EMF per turn is approximately 15 volt. So N1 equal to E1 by 15, that is equal to 440 by 15, 29.33. As the number of turns cannot be fractions, so N was taken as 30. Also N2 equal to E2 by E1 into N1, that is equal to 220 by 440 into 30 is equal to 15. Now the flux density Bm equal to 1 Weber per meter square. This is the given. Number 1 is the answer to number 2. If A be the cross-sectional area, then we can write from the EMF equation E1 by N1 equal to 4.44 flux, that is equal to BMA F, 4.44 BMA into 50, or E1 by N1 we can write equal to 440 by N1 equal to 30, 14.67 equal to 4.44 BM1 into A into 50, or A is equal to 14.67 by 4.44 into 50, 0.066 meters square. Answer. Let us take another example. A single phase transformer has 200 and 100 turns respectively in its secondary and the primary winding. The resistance of the primary winding is 0.05 ohm and that of the secondary is 0.3 ohm. Find the resistance of number 1 the primary winding referred to the secondary, and number 2 the secondary winding referred to the primary. And also find the equivalent resistance of the transformer referred to the primary. So we can write the number of turns of the primary winding N1 is equal to the 200 and 100 turns respectively in its secondary and the primary. So N1 equal to 100 and N2 equal to 200. Now the resistance of the primary winding R1, that is equal to 0.05 ohm, and the secondary side 0.3 ohm. Now the number 1, the primary winding referred to the secondary. So the resistance of primary winding referred to secondary, we can write the R1 dash as equal to R1 by K square. That is equal to R1 N2 by N1 whole square. 0.05, 200 by 100 whole square. 0.2 ohm. Answer. Now the resistance of secondary winding referred to primary, that is equal to R2 dash is equal to K square R2. That means R2 N1 by N2 whole square. 0.3 into 100 by 200 whole square. 0.075 ohm. Now the next question, find the equivalent resistance of the transformer referred to the primary. So equivalent resistance of the transformer referred to primary, we know that the R01 equal to R1 plus R2 dash is equal to 0.05 plus 0.075 is equal to 0.125 ohm. Answer.